Hey, good afternoon everybody. Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. Today is November 27th. It's Tuesday, 2018 of course. And I'm at the post office because one, I'm getting a post office box, a P.O. box. You guys have been sending me stuff. People have been asking for my address. Yeah, you can find it, but I'd rather not put it out to a million people. If you find it, great, whatever. But I'm just gonna put up a P.O. box and that'll be easier. And I'm moving anyway, so whatever address you find for me isn't gonna be good in probably a few months anyhow. So I'll get the P.O. box, I'll get it out to you guys in like the next video or whatever. If you feel like you wanna send something, by all means, you don't have to, but if you are, just send it to the P.O. box and I'll open it up. And I'll message you privately, or if you want me to put it on the video, I can put it on the video. But the real reason I'm at the post office is because I've been getting a lot of emails and messages and correspondence regarding the post office not wanting to do their job in one fashion or another, as far as like not picking up packages when you have scheduled pickups, telling people they don't have a big enough car because they're rural or they are seasonal employees, and also not wanting to scan packages, not wanting to give receipts at counters, all these sort of things. I get so many messages and emails, and every time they end up on the Facebook group, they end up with a huge amount of comments and a ton of controversy and whatnot. So I'm gonna give you my opinions and how I feel about it, and then I wanna hear how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. And so obviously it's Christmas time, so it's getting really busy, and nobody wants to be bothered to stand in that line to get a receipt, even though you can. So a lot of people end up dropping packages. Usually I drop mine over there on the corner, or you have the drop box there as well. Mostly I do it over there. So this is our main post office. If you do the drop boxes like these below, or the big one like that below, make sure you check the collection times and get them in there by that. On Saturday, 4:30 here, 5 p.m. of course, Sunday and holidays, no collection, but you're not gonna get a receipt, so you're not gonna have proof that you actually brought it here. There's no proof that you delivered the packages from your house to the post office. Yeah, there's proof you printed the label, but if you don't stand in line, you don't get a receipt, you're not going to have proof. So if you decide to stand in that line over there, that's the only way you're gonna get proof. And if you do take the time to do that, they have to give you a receipt. If they don't, ask for a supervisor, ask for a postmaster, ask for whoever you have to. They have to give you a receipt. It's the only way to prove that you actually brought them in here, and it gives you your scan so your packages aren't late. If they decline, make them. Do not hand them the packages without a scan receipt, ever. That's what I do. If you choose to drop them, then you're on your own. All right, so this is the back gate. I can't go in there because it's authorized vehicles anyways, but this is, you know, where they pick up your packages, and some of these vehicles are not actually full-on USPS mail trucks, and this time of year, even the small ones like that one get really full and don't have enough room. Now the issue with that is they're supposed to come back or send a second vehicle if that's all they have. If that big truck isn't what they have available and that little one is, they didn't plan right. They should have known how many packages, and they should have done it correctly, but sometimes they don't. So in the event that they don't, then you have to request that they come back and get them, and that you should not have to go up to the post office. Now this can create a couple of problems. One, you're gonna make your post office potentially mad because that's just how they act. They get really angry when you make them do their job. It's their job. If you schedule a pickup, they need to pick it up. Two, if for any reason they decide to come back the next day and get it, your packages could be late. So a lot of the comments are gonna be that you will catch more flies with honey, which is absolutely true, you will. But in the event that they don't come do their job, you kind of have to make them do your job, because business is business, and that's the way that it works. It looks like this guy's coming out, so I'm gonna have to move, but that's the way business works. They need to do their job. Okay, so that's probably the opinion that I get the most anger about and the most comments about, is people that say, you know, just take them up to the post office, drop them off, and do your thing that way. But if I schedule a pickup, which I've always had scheduled pickups at my house, because when we were at the office, when I had my office for a long time, I scheduled pickups all the time. I mean, it was an everyday thing. The post office guy just kind of came. I didn't even have to get on there and schedule it for a while. He just showed up. When I got to my house, of course, they don't know that you have pickups, so we had to go on and schedule them. We physically went on and scheduled them. I'd scheduled, you know, I'd go on like a Monday night and schedule them for like the next month. month. Literally, that's what I always did. And so they eventually stopped and I had to get on them. Well, if you're scheduling, part of selling and shipping items, especially priority items, is that you are entitled to, and that's a bad word to use, but it's true, you are entitled, you are welcome to get a pickup if you so choose. All you have to do is go on there and schedule it. It's very, very easy. Just go to USPS.com and click on schedule a pickup and you're done. You can search for it in the top, whatever you need to do. Now, a lot of times, like I said, they don't have the right size vehicles to keep up with the Christmas holiday. Outside of the holidays, it really should never be a problem. And if it is, then you need to contact your local postmaster or your inspector or your supervisor, whomever it might be. But during the holidays, I kind of understand. And people say, you know, have some compassion and give them some leadway. And I absolutely do. I don't blame the driver at all. This is not a driver issue. The driver not having the right vehicle or being properly prepared to do his or her job because of the influx and the extra volume of packages is not their fault. It is solely and wholly on the supervisor or the sorting manager or whoever it is that handles that part of the job that gives them the right vehicle or X or Y or Z. Now, if the carrier happens to be a rural or third-partied or contracted driver. Now, I don't know how any of that works. I have a very, very, very long-time friend from the time I was like 5 years old. She lives in Maryland. She's been a USPS driver for a decade or more. I may have to ask her how all that works. But anyways, whoever, you know, hires them and sets them up, during the holiday season, if all they drive is a tiny little car, like a smart car or something silly, well, that's not going to work right. And, you know, depending on what kind of volume they have and what kind of route they have, they've got to be better prepared. And if that's the only vehicle that they have, then, you know, that's a problem. The person that's hiring or contracting them to do a route should know the volume of the route, approximately how many packages, and what kind of vehicle it should take. And if somebody's driving a Honda Civic and that Honda Civic isn't able to handle all those packages day after day after day, and they really need a truck or a Suburban or something like that, then the supervisor would know based on the amount of times the driver has to keep coming back to take multiple trips or complaining that they don't have enough room in their vehicle or whatever the case might be. And that's how it should work. You know, you learn and get experienced and you figure out how things work over the course of doing the route. And I blame the managers for that. So if your delivery driver refuses to pick up your packages because of lack of room in their vehicle or any other reason, you've got to go to a supervisor. You got to drive to your branch. You've got to make them aware of the problem. Give them your address. Tell them you have a pickup. Tell them you don't care if they got to come back. You don't care if they got to take 2 trips. Whatever it is, make them do their job. I've even heard people say the USPS complains about doing that because it costs them extra money and time. And you know what? They're running a business, whether they're an official business, a government business, an entity, a corporate, I don't care what they are. They've agreed to perform a service for a price. That's business. And if they can't do it, they should remove it from the website. They should no longer offer it. That's my opinion. I know a lot of you are going to get angry with me. You're going to leave comments. But you know what? I'm in the business to make Casey money. You're in the business to make you money. We are not in the business to make the USPS money. It's not our problem. If they can't handle our packages and they go out of business completely, then you know what? UPS, FedEx, or someone else will take over for them, and the increased prices will just be passed along, and everyone will get used to paying $6 for a t-shirt rather than $3. And that's the way it works. Sorry, that's how I feel about it. Business is business, guys. I'm cutthroat, and that's the way it goes. If you're not helping me make money, I'm not interested. And if you're costing me money, time, gas, mileage, wear and tear on my car because I got to drive up here every day, sorry, this is my rant, and I'm not at all going to sit down and just deal with it. So hopefully you guys understand that. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. I can't wait to read these comments. They're going to be off the chains. I imagine this comment section is going to explode. Sorry guys ahead of time. Please don't judge me. Don't think of me any differently because of my opinion on this matter. And if you do work for the USPS, absolutely comment. Give me your opinions. I'm not targeting you. I'm sorry. It's just I feel like the USPS fails on its responsibilities that it's promised sometimes, and it really makes me angry, especially when I read it in my Facebook group and everyone's complaining that it, you know, they got late shipments or it cost them time or money or whatever. So use the comment section. I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to go get my P.O. box before they close in 10 minutes. And thank you guys so much for watching as always. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It's very, very important as I try to get to that 100,000 subscriber giveaway. I can't wait to do it. Till next time, see you guys later.